and Robbo.
Streaming across the globe, Ben Norris, Rob McKnight, and David Robinson.
Ben, Rob and Robbo. News, reviews, entertainment news. It's the Ben, Rob and Robbo. Ben, Rob and Robbo. Ben, Rob and Robbo Show.
Welcome to the Ben, Rob and Robbo Show. Here's Rob McKnight.
Hello and salutations to the Ben, Rob and Robbo Show. I've got my wine ready because Reggie is in the house tonight and we all know what that means. It'll be a swear-a-thon, and don't forget the rules. You drink every time she swears, so we're all going to be sloshed by the end of this. Welcome to Eye on Big Brother. This is a presentation of the Ben, Rob and Robbo Show. And look, a real warning here, there will be spoilers. This presentation contains spoilers about tonight's episode of Big Brother, including who was evicted from the house. As always, Ben Norris and David Robinson are with me. Hello, boys.
Hello there.
Hey.
Now, Ben, I'm loving this top. It's another Big Brother favourite.
Yeah, this top has a bit of a story. I competed in 13 challenges. I failed them all over the 13 weeks. But in the last week, I genuinely believe that they rigged that last competition so that I could just have one captain's quarters. And the prize was a night of luxury, but also I got to wander around with this T-shirt, which had my vote to win.
Yes.
And it meant that at all times people could watch me wearing it. However, I believed it was a disadvantage to the other housemates, and I didn't wear it.
Oh, Well, you won anyway, so maybe it was a good tactic. You know, you can join the conversation by using the hashtag BRR Show on Twitter or by going to facebook.com/BRR Show. But let's bring the woman in, the one we all love. It's the people's princess. Hello, Reggie.
Hello, Reggie. Good
evening, boys.
We love having you on this podcast, videocast, whatever you want to call it, Reggie. We love having you here.
I love being on here too. I love it. It's so much fun.
Is it your favourite podcast,
you.
Reggie?
Yeah.
Don't ask her that.
I know she does a few.
She's popular.
I do.
Yeah.
Reggie loves the one she's with.
I do. Everyone looks after me, so it's good.
It is true. We love you, Reggie. You haven't sworn yet, but I'm going to take a drink anyway. I'm in that kind of mood.
Oh, it will come.
I have no doubt about that. All right. Well, it's time to meet tonight's special guest. And for that, we're going to go to Ben. Ben, who is in the house tonight?
Well, you will remember this young lady as Heidi Anderson when she joined the 2013 series of Big Brother. She did already have a budding career in radio when she was selected to go into the program. She is the least amount of maintenance, but yet the best talent I know from any series of Big Brother. Heidi, thanks for joining us on the show.
Yay!
Hey!
Heidi, I have to ask you.
I'm worried about me swearing. Yeah.
Well, that'll be a drink too.
Thanks for fucking having me, guys.
Hey!
Here we go. We're off to a flying start.
We know this is going to be good. Heidi, I have to ask you this question. Do you get offended when Big Brother comes back and people on radio today say that Big Brother is a nationwide search for radio talent? Does that bother you when that headline comes out?
No, it doesn't bother me at all. Like, I'm not working in radio at the moment, but I used to hate when people said stuff about, finding the talent and all that kind of stuff, because there's some amazing talent, that came out of Big Brother and went into radio, like myself, even though I was there before, but also you, Benny boy, and, Chrissy Swan and Fitzy, like Stacey, so many legends. So, Nathan from Nathan, Nat and Sean, he was my competition. Oh my God, you're showing clips of me. I've never watched Big Brother my season.
Have you not? You really haven't had a look?
No.
Well, this is you in the house. That was you kicking a ball.
God.
I think you've kicked it over the fence.
I've got a funny story.
Yeah.
I've got a funny story about that ball. So I used to call it, let's play a game called King Ding-a-ling. And that was actually me signaling to my boyfriend at the time that I was thinking about him. Was that illegal
Hang on,
to do?
by kicking the ball over the fence?
Yeah, no, and I would go, let's play King Ding-a-ling. And then Yeah.
Is that what you
Funnily
called
enough-
it at home, Heidi? Let's play King Dinnerling. Did you take that home?
Oh, well, he definitely took it home. We now have a little baby.
I was going to ask though, was he suffering from maybe blue balls while you were gone? Is that inappropriate? That's so
It does
inappropriate.
sound
What am
like
I
we've
doing?
got like some weird fetish. Yeah. But that's me, Ben. We can be inappropriate. That's why I'm drinking wine. Fuck yeah. Woo.
Absolutely.
There we go.
What made you? Can I ask really quickly? What made you want to go on Big Brother? Like, was that a lifetime passion for you, or had someone convinced you into doing it?
Well, I actually have been a massive Reggie fan for a very long time. So can I just say, and as well as yourself, I'm here with royalty tonight. So I have to say I'm like a little bit flustered. But do you know, for me, it was a bucket list thing. And then I tried for years and years and years, and they kept saying, no, you're shit, basically. And then they came on my radio show when I was working in Newcastle, the producers looking for talent, saying like, come and audition today. And then I was like, oh, you guys missed out. I would have been the best talent. And they were like, come down, see us today. And they put me through to round 3 or whatever it was. And then I kind of went from there.
Wow. Was it Alex
So,
Mavrodakis
did
that
they
was on your
skip-
radio show?
Yes. Yeah.
And
the
Alex,
Big Mav.
We'll see. Yeah, well, Big Mav, he cast me and he cast you. And I do know that he was a big fan of you and he was very excited about getting you on the
Was
show.
he, though?
I also, yes, look, a lot of people say that
know.
about Alex. I am going to say Alex is actually one of those amazing people who is casting these shows. He finds people like yourself and myself. And then I think once the show is over, he puts a bit of a distance between, you know, that relationship.
Yes.
And it's so hard because Alex is actually, he's an amazing man, but he makes you feel so important, like any good producer. And then once the show's over, Heidi, you'll appreciate this analogy. I say Big Brother contestants are like hair on your head. You know, when they're attached to the head, they look glamorous, but when they fall off, you're allergic to them. And that's how Alex feels, I think, about Big Brother reality TV contestants that he puts on his show.
Yeah, we were all a bit leechy, weren't we? Like, I mean, but I didn't feel like I was ever like that. Do you know what? I was really fucked in the head after Big Brother, and I just needed him to say to me, Hides, you did good, because I beat myself up so much. And you know, Ben and I have talked about this, but I was really like, I lost the plot, and that's why I never wanted to watch it, because I was embarrassed. I felt like I was really embarrassed by my behavior, and then everyone was like, "You were fine."
Well, Heidi, it's funny you say that
Sorry,
because
I'm so sorry, Rob. Sorry. Blah blah blah. I just was going to say, because Heidi, there's a real. We have a moment. I was standing there the moment you were evicted from the show, and can you remember what you said to Alex Mavrodakis? Because I remember it like it happened yesterday, and I wanted to slap you so hard. What did you say to Alex Mavrodakis as soon as you were eliminated?
Shit, I don't even remember.
You said, "I'm so sorry, I let you down." You said, "I'm so sorry, I've let you down."
That's how I felt.
And I was like,
that's how I felt.
I know. And I've slapped you every day ever since then. So, you know, you were a fantastic housemate. You brought so much personality to the house.
You.
You know I'm a massive fan. Anyway, Rob, I'm so sorry to cut you off. I felt like I was going to miss a moment.
That's all right. I just want to go back a step, Heidi. You talked about how Big Brother played with your mind. In fact, last year you wrote a really fascinating piece about how Big Brother affected your mental state and your journey with anxiety. Tell me about how it affected you.
Oh God, guys! I hope I don't get too emotional, because
no, that's okay.
I don't really talk about it a lot, because and do you know what? I want to say, like, I fucking had the best time there, and I loved Alex and I loved everyone, but it was like I didn't understand my mental health, and that's been like a real, like, you know, awesome, crazy journey to get where I am today. But yeah, I honestly thought that when I came out that I totally had been this other person. And so that's why I didn't want to watch it. I had all this social anxiety. I think the last week I didn't really understand who I was in the house. So I was a bit aggressive towards people. Now, what I've realised now, since understanding my mental health, is that my mental health can bring up my tone and anger and all that kind of stuff. And I very much felt like I was like that towards my housemates the last week. And then I remember even people saying to me in the public afterwards, like, oh, you were so great. And then the last week you just turned. So I kept replaying that, and I kept remunerating. And then I felt like a lot of shame. And, you know, behind all like mental health and our emotions and stuff, there's always shame underneath, as Brene Brown says. And so I've done a lot of work since then. But yeah, I really, really felt it, a lot of shame. And
it's
you know,
interesting
like,
you say that you felt shame because
Yeah.
you were loved in the house, but it is a game designed to test your mental endurance. You know, you are locked in a house, especially in that version. So how long did you specifically do in the house? How many days did you do?
Do you know, I don't know the days, but it was 6 weeks. So I was one week in lockdown.
6
and then I was
weeks, which
6
is
weeks
more
in the
than what
house.
the current contestants are doing. So you have had to...
Really?
Yeah, I think that's right, isn't it, Ben?
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. It was Heidi. I think you were 1 week in lockdown, 5 weeks in the show, because I'm a crazy person and I know your life better than you do.
So Heidi, so there's 7 weeks of your life, including 1 week just sitting in a hotel room, 6 weeks in the house, and you know it's hard to know the effect that's going to have on you. So there's nothing to be shameful about, but what was going on in your head? I get that you felt ashamed, but what led you to those actions? What did you feel? Were you just not coping in the house?
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. And now I know so I thought I was alone in all these thoughts that I was having. Do you know what I mean? Like, I thought I was the only one. And then I started to understand anxiety. And what I realized is that 2 million Australians suffer from the same shit. You know, like we're repeating conversations. So I couldn't relax in the house. I constantly felt like I was, you know, like my heart was racing, and like I guess I couldn't feel like I could just be myself, and so I didn't feel authentic. And then when I would go into the Big Brother diary room, I remember I would just overthink every single thing that I said. And when I was really, really down and really fucking hurting in there and just sad and all that, I never wanted to show those weaknesses. Do you know what I mean? So
I do.
I ended up, like I said, doing a lot of work afterwards, and it wasn't the show that created my anxiety. Like, I had it there before, I didn't understand it. So it just kind of was a massive trigger. And and you know, like I said, I just felt like one of the producers actually said to me, and I don't really tell many people this because I'm like, I was so embarrassed, but he said to me, oh, you weren't in who we thought you were going to be in there. And obviously Anxious Annie was like, remunerated that, and I went and locked myself in a room for 3 days.
Sorry, did they say that while you were in the house?
No, when I left the next day, yeah. And I was like, oh my God, I'm such a loser. Yeah.
But you know what, though? You know, it's so funny, though, Heidi, because we had a conversation the night you were eliminated, and I told you, I said, you know, you were fantastic. I loved you in the show, and I think you were looking – it's like going through your partner's phone. If you're looking for something, you'll find it. And your personality is, you know, you're fantastic. But if you're looking for something, Heidi, you find it.
I'll find it. Fuck yeah.
You will find it. And I found you. But I will say,
watch out.
Heidi, it's a really good time to have you on the show because people are applying for this new series of Big Brother. And I want to say to people applying for this show, you know, it's like having a drink on top of already feeling something. So, like, I think Big Brother heightens the emotion in a particular way. So for people out there that want to apply for this show, you know, it's a lot like drinking. You know, you've got to be in a good space to drink to really enjoy it. Otherwise, you're going to be a drunken mess and you're going to fall to pieces because it's a really, really hard show to do. Don't you think?
Oh my God, 1,000%. And, you know, I was thinking about it today. All of your, like, you know, your coping mechanisms are taken away from you as well. Like, I was a massive drinker. Before Griffo, I was, you know, used sex and booze and food and everything to cope with my anxiety as a person. And I had all of that taken away from me. We were allowed 1 glass of wine, if that, a day. That didn't help with the shit that was running through my head. I couldn't switch off, you know? So, and then I had Tim, who ended up winning. And look, he was fantastic to watch, obviously, but to live with, fucking hell. Oh my God.
Hang on, didn't you say something? Hang on, I feel like I remember something where you said that the producers helped Tim win.
Did I say that?
Yeah.
Say that, Heidi?
How would I know?
Did I?
Don't cross the devil.
I can absolutely see that this is real because you are shocked that you said it, but I only read it publicly. I don't know you. Tonight's the first time I've met you. So what was that?
Oh.
You've already said it.
Yeah, well, do you know what? He deserved to win. I will say that. And I do really love Tim. Like, he's an awesome guy, but fucking doing Big Brother with him was one of the hardest things I've ever had to go through in my life. I couldn't even imagine being married to him. God love him. Oh, well, see, I don't know because we had a good relationship at the start. Yeah, and I think we're both performers as well. Like, we both love like entertaining people, so there did become a bit of a competition like that. But no, so what I heard and what I think I said maybe on the radio one time, which I never thought would come back to me, but it has. So I'll own it. But apparently when he was doing his, like, you know how at the end when it was like they come down to the final three and they have to do, get the public votes and they had to do a message to the public and stuff. And, Big Brother is not edited and not told what to do or whatever, oh, shit, that's my phone. Sorry, guys.
That's a case of beer. That's a slab of beer for everyone. You know the rule, right?
Oh,
Is it the same in radio as TV? Case of beer. Case of beer.
I'm hanging on this story.
Get me off. So basically they basically told him that what he had done wasn't very good and he wasn't going to win from that, apparently. And so they made him redo his message to the public. That's what I heard. I don't know who told me that. Yeah.
No, he was always going to win. He was always going to win.
Well,
there was
that's
no chance.
I know. And you know what, guys?
Interesting.
I thought I was going to win before I went in there. I was like, I fucking can win this. I can own this. I'm confident. I have a radio show. People like me. And then I went in there and I was like, oh my God, what the fuck have I done with my life? Get me out. That's pretty much what happened.
Reggie, can I ask you? Can I just ask Reg a question? So, Reg, obviously, you understand this because you were in the show and you won the show, and I think you can sort of see what Heidi's saying, but you had no expectation of winning the show. You just were going in there being yourself. Do you think that's a part of the magic? Do you think that maybe not expecting to win is a good strategy?
Oh, definitely. Like, I remember when I was going... just after speaking to Gretel, going into the house, and she's going, oh, what are you thinking? And I said, well, I'm not really thinking.
Sorry, I'm on air at the moment. Sorry.
I'm not really thinking anything. And also I said, I'm just going to go in and pretend that no one's watching me. And I didn't think about the cameras or, or Australia watching me. I just went in and was myself the whole way through. So...
You certainly were, and we loved you for it, Reggie. Heidi, I think you are fabulous, Heidi, and I can't wait to see your reaction to all of tonight's show and what you've got to say. And of course, we'll be getting Reggie's take as well as Ben and Robbo. But there's lots to talk about tonight. But Heidi, seriously, you are awesome. I love you.
Oh my God.
You are great.
We love you.
Seriously, guys, I'll come here all the time for compliments. Some people will be like, who's she? Which season was she on? But you guys, I'll keep coming for the compliments.
Yeah, no, you're cool. All right, let's get down to business and recap tonight's show. And after being nominated last night, yet again, Kieran was ready to make some big moves. But he tried to join forces with some questionable allies. Take a look.
I'm bored. Let's talk strategy.
What are you thinking?
I want to pay some money. I don't want to put a target on my back either, but I'm just thinking out loud.
Yeah.
I think she's actually playing a pretty smart game, to be honest with you.
I think she's definitely got the boys in front of her for protection.
Keep this between us.
Of course.
Oh, something tells me Dan's not going to keep that between himself. I don't even know what accent I was doing. All right, bad accent. That's a drink. Reggie.
Goodness me. Yes.
Reggie, I loved Kieran's line. I'm bored. Let's talk strategy. I mean, that's what it's like in the house, isn't it? If you could have talked strategy, I'm sure you would have at some point, even though you weren't in there for strategy. But you must get bored, right? When you're in there doing nothing, no TV, no entertainment, you want to talk about something. I just love the way he did it. I'm bored. Let's talk strategy. You know, I admire it.
I loved him doing that. Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, you do get bored in the house. There's no doubt about that. Like, for me, the last week was the worst week ever in there. It was just shocking, you know, like, because it was just Christy and Dan, and you know, they were best mates. And I would go into Big Brother and I'd ask for a colouring in book and they wouldn't give it to me. And I wanted a scotch and they wouldn't give me a scotch. But no, I just absolutely loved what Kieran did. It was awesome, him planting that little seed in their head, and it was really good.
Indeed. Well, unfortunately for Kieran, as you might assume, they went straight to Casey to warn her of Kieran's plans.
Yeah.
But that could have been a big mistake.
Kieran's trying to block you out.
Pathetic.
You've already think about making a move with Casey.
Kieran is starting to scare the hands off me.
Just don't make a big deal out of it.
Oh, Dan, wise words, but Casey was not impressed and she was about to make a big deal of it. She wasted no time going straight to the source.
What's your issue? Why do you want me gone so bad? I don't know why you've thought that you would approach all my friends about getting rid of me and double-crossing me and they wouldn't tell me. And I found out about it straight away. You've absolutely shot yourself in the foot with me.
Yeah, okay.
I'm pretty off it.
Okay. This is absolutely ridiculous. I told those guys in confidence that I was going to be gunning for Casey, and now they've just gone and run and told her. So there's no trust. But then she doesn't realise she's betrayed Xavier, Dan and Matt's trust by coming and telling me.
How can it be so stupid?
Hey.
Oh, sorry.
Well, who's stupid, Ben? Is it Dan? Is it Kieran? Who's the stupid one here?
Kieran, I'm sorry, but like I was literally smacking the TV screen. I was like, what is going on? What is wrong with you? Because I love Kieran and I think he's a fantastic housemate.
We all
but
love
it's
him.
like he didn't know who his friends were. It was like literally being a meeper and going up and poking the devil with a stick and then running away and wondering why the devil's chasing you. Like, there's no way in hell I would have... Look, I'm going to make a quick comparison. Daniel is like Josh from my series, which is like your kind of alpha lazy male that sits around and talks a bit of footy, but he has a lot of creative control. You don't go up and stick a stick in someone like that because you know for a fact that men don't like to talk about this, and Rob, your case in point right now, and that is men gossip just as much as the ladies.
Oh, that's not true.
Oh, come on, Rob. I get
More.
You and I gossip all day,
I know.
every day.
Ben and I
on
have
the phone.
about 20 phone calls a day where we do nothing but gossip.
But this is
and
the
then
thing.
he says to me, you speak to Ben more than you do me.
What a mistake and a maker. Look, I'm gonna wrap this up, but with just one other comment, and that is that how about Casey's face when she had that conversation with
I
Kieran?
know.
She went from Avril Lavigne to Terry, the winner of 2008. Like, it was so weird. She just morphed into this.
Oh, Ben.
Well, you know what? The Golden State Killer today, literally today, has admitted to all the crimes in court. And for a moment, I thought I was looking at someone who could be the Golden State Killer. The way Casey was eyeing off Kieran, I thought, oh my God, she could take him out easily. Robbo, smart play by Kieran or just shits and giggles?
Just really quickly, if anyone wants to talk about a tan, we know where to go. It's Casey. Remember that from Angela? So if anyone wants to talk about a tan, that's where we need to go. That's the first thing. This was weird gameplay, but good gameplay. It's top 10, right? So we're getting down to that moment where you think, oh, you're my friend, and come here and give me a little kiss, kiss, cuddle, cuddle. Bullshit. It's getting down to the nitty gritty, and we're going to see a lot more friendships, a lot more hearts broken because everyone wants to get the Big Brother crown of 2020. They want the 250,000. I just love watching it from that perspective of going, you don't care about, oh, give me a cuddle, mate. Give me a hug. Bullshit. The moment you can, you will sharpen that knife and put it right in him.
Absolutely. Well, look, she has been sitting pretty in the house, but Casey, she got a few people offside tonight with this. And while she was having that chat with Kieran, the boys were having talks amongst themselves.
Uh-oh. Casey's hitting Kieran up.
Is she?
Oh, no. I don't know what she's doing.
Go talk to her.
I'm trying. I'll try. Might be too late. She couldn't bite my tongue. There's 3 targets on our backs.
Oh, Case. There goes everything. That's one of the dumbest moves I've seen for a while.
Xavier, the new housemate. This was an episode tonight where
Sorry, Rob, go again. What? Who?
The new housemate.
Xavier, the new housemate, not Ellen, Robbo. We'll move on from the Ellen comparison because the poor boy's watching this show.
That's Ellen DeGeneres. Prove me wrong.
Ellen maybe when she was younger and prettier.
Oh, how many people can we
Someone
offend right now?
Yeah, she looks good. I love Ellen.
She does look good, Heidi. Thank you for going along with that. Yes, she does.
She's got her phone in her corner.
Ellen is like 85, right? So she has
Yeah.
no, she's 60.
85?
No, she's 60 something.
How old do you think I am? Jeez.
Look,
Don't ask questions you don't want answers to. That's all.
Yeah.
Heidi, Xavier.
Oh, yeah.
Xavier, I think that we know that this series of Big Brother has been heavily edited, and something I don't trust anymore. This is an aside, a little tangent. I do not trust any reaction shots I see. I seriously feel that sometimes someone will say something like, "Those eggs aren't cooked right," and they will use a reaction from 5 days earlier of Casey going like that, like this. Sorry, I'll wait for the camera.
Wait, Rob, if you could say, say Robbo can't wear his hair right, Robbo's hair is shit, and then we'll take a reaction shot from Ben. Here we go.
You know, Robbo can't wear his hair. His hair looks like shit.
Is that a bit... Wait, do it again. One more time. Do it again. I've got a different one.
I don't know what
Rob McKnight, go again.
Robbo can't wear his hair. His hair looks like shit.
I don't know. They're just ridiculous. Can I just say they're the worst facial reactions to things? Like, they don't even match. And the funny thing was, the other day, they looked for a reaction shot from 3 people in a conversation. And when they cut away to someone, they were in the kitchen. I was like,
I know, they were in different parts of the house. You know,
one's like, who
someone
farted?
says something
And
in
they
the
all were like-
bathroom and they use a reaction shot from the green room. And it's like...
I actually thought I saw a reaction shot. I think I saw a reaction shot from Reggie in 2003 when Daniel farted. They went too far back.
No, well done. Sorry, Rob. Rob, back to you in 3, 2,
1.
Welcome to Eye on Big Brother. Tonight we've got a big show coming up. Oh, sorry, I wrong part. I didn't know where to go with that.
Go to your question.
We were talking about Xavier, weren't we?
Yeah,
Once again, we've completely lost track. So Xavier is really interesting because I feel with the editing of this show, I think Xavier's actually been doing a lot of the manipulation behind the scenes as far as voting. The bits we've seen over the last couple of nights says to me, Heidi, that he gets strategy and I feel like he's been the puppet master and Dan's been wearing it, but it's my opinion that what we haven't seen is Xavier pulling the strings.
Yes, this is true. But can I just say, like, I didn't even know Casey had a voice till like the last 24 hours. And I was like, oh my God, she speaks?
No, the last thing
Like,
I remember
was like,
her saying is, I love Brussels sprouts and you've made me hate them.
Oh, yeah, see, that is like, I obviously tuned out for that, but I was like, oh, this girl's actually got a voice. She's going to stand up and she's going to go for it. I loved it. But Xavier, he's exactly the same. So I agree. I reckon what's been going on, because I've been loving this show sick, right? I can't believe how tactical they all are and strategy and everything that I'm like, shit, I would never have lasted a day in this house. But I reckon that exactly what you said. They've got Dan at the front. Then Dan, everyone's going to think that Dan's going to win, but Xavier's going to come through and win the game.
Heidi, I've got to ask you,
Anyone?
you've been in the house, you've had that experience. I've got to pull up Rob McKnight for a moment because he said that Xavier and very interesting in the one sentence. Do you back up that statement from Rob?
What?
You said the word, Rob. You said the word Xavier and very interesting in one sentence. I had half a stroke. I want to check with the other housemates because I cannot believe that in this day and age
I want
we
some
heard
kudos
that
right
name in
here.
those two words.
I did a visual gag with wine spitting it everywhere. Who do you think's going to have to clean all that up? Old Muggins here. So I knew that doing that visual gag of the spit. I want a bit of credit for that.
Really? You're just trying to come up with an excuse for Amanda.
Great job, Rob. Great job, everyone. Great job, Rob. Clap for Rob. Good boy. Who's a good boy?
Rob McKnight.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to do a George Costanza, and I'll see you later.
Okay, bye. Anyway, I'm hosting tonight's episode of Eye on Big Brother.
Yeah.
Thank you for being able to join us this evening. We're moving on with the show. Rob McKnight has left the building, and we are talking about Xavier, who, let me just tell you, I have an erection every time I look at him. No, I'm only joking. Okay, this show's got to go back to Rob McKnight.
Stop
You
it.
had,
You do?
You had
Oh,
10
God.
seconds, Ben. 10 seconds, and not only did you go into the gutter, you pulled up the grates of the drain and you jumped in and you went down into the sewage system. 10 seconds, my
Gone
friend.
back down that track.
Just going to say,
You got to get off an erection. Track.
I'm showing you I don't have an erection. It's all good.
The super covered it up. You were lucky.
Okay, great.
Jesus.
All right.
We're going off on a tangent here. Okay.
About erections.
That's a big super.
Like, I'll join this show.
All right,
Jeez.
people.
Heidi,
People,
it happens.
I'm holding up the Rob
Heidi,
sign.
don't
Rob
worry.
and Ben, what
Does
does that
it, Reggie?
mean? I'm going to
They all
talk
bring
now.
their erections.
Oh, sorry, Reggie. Oh, my God. Reggie was talking. Stop the presses. Reggie, what did you say? Sorry.
Yeah.
No, I was just telling Heidi this happens all the time, so just, don't worry about it. It's just normal.
Erections?
Yeah.
Erections are pretty
Sorry,
good.
Heidi.
They're actually healthy.
Sorry, Reggie. Sorry, Heidi. Sorry.
All right.
Chop, chop.
You might
Move along.
remember
Chop,
we
chop.
were You might remember we were talking about Xavier, who in particular had some harsh words for his friend.
He's the flip vote. He can flip to whatever team he wants to now because he doesn't trust us.
Well, I didn't think about it like that.
Especially with the information that we gave you first and said don't do anything. It's just not a good play. Hours before noms. I feel like you've thrown 3 people in front of the Kieran bus.
The Kieran bus. That's a bloody big bus, isn't it, Reggie?
Oh, yes, he is a bit of a big boy, though. But I think that these boys are becoming bullies. They're bullying Casey.
Yeah.
That's a name, isn't it? Casey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you think they're bullying her?
but I'm
Yeah,
not-
that's interesting, Casey, because she's not doing what they want. She does have the right to defend herself, surely.
Yes, and I feel like they're starting to bully her. But I'm not a real big fan of Casey, though. So,
Okay. All right.
I sort of don't feel sorry
We're
for
all
her,
like-
but I do.
I know.
Yeah.
The awkward turtles
No,
called into the room when
they-
Reggie says she doesnson like someone. We're like, their whole dream of Big Brother has been crushed because the princess of Big Brother's just said, "You're condemned."
Yeah,
Condemned
the
to
People's
hell.
Princess has spoken. But let's look. After tonight, we all know Casey ain't going to make it to the finals. Those boys are going to cut her loose at any time because whether you think she was. Yeah, they are. Whether you think she was right or wrong, she clearly realised the position she had put herself and her alliance in. Have a look at this.
What's happened?
I'm so sorry.
Why?
You know why? I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
I'm so sorry. I wasn't trying to be selfish.
What did Egg say to you, did he?
I'm just so sorry.
It's fine.
No emotion. Look at him. He won't even look at her. He's a bastard. He's a bastard.
I hate
Casey.
him.
Wins. They're telling me you could nominate me. Kieran could also nominate Dan, Xavier, and Matt, all my 3 friends in the house. just because I opened my big mouth.
They're not your friends.
No.
Friends.
That's right, Reggie. That's right.
You know, let's be honest. In this group, she is in the subservient position. She has no power in this group, does she, Heidi?
No, she never has. And like, she's only just worked it out when Angela planted the seed as she exited the building for the second time. But I hated it. And I know you're gonna get to it very soon so I don't want to, get carried away, but I cannot stand the way that they talk to her actually. And like, I made a joke about her finally speaking up and like, but they're literally manipulating her. And I know that it's a TV show, but I can't stand Dan. He drives me crazy. I just want to like grab my wine glass and just go like rah and chuck my wine all over him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I wonder if he can redeem himself.
Sorry,
There's that aggressive Heidi coming out again.
But I'm not anxious, I promise. I'm not anxious.
It is.
Rob McKnight, can Dan come back from this? Like, that's what I want to know. Like, I think at the end of the day, he's playing a really crappy game because he isn't that likable to the Australian public. And I worry for him because if he does manipulate, say, everyone, and let's just say hypothetically, he manipulates everybody and he gets to the finale, is Australia going to vote for him because he's a bit of a dog?
Well, it's interesting you say that because there's no doubt the Alphas are going to get to the finale because anyone who's even talked about taking them on hasn't followed through and hasn't got the team. I mean, how stupid are the housemates? Like, seriously, the Alphas...
Like my season.
Yeah, well, the
Sorry,
Alphas...
I didn't mean to say that out loud.
The Alphas didn't have enough people. Everyone else combined would override them, but they got scared and voted with them and keep continuing to give them the power. It's getting to the point, it will get to the point where the Alphas have the dominance. And so it'll be interesting to see whether I feel like, especially when Casey was pleading for, and we'll probably get to this later, when she was pleading for Sophie to go instead of Hannah, she really had no power, and that was really annoying them. And so there's no doubt in my mind Casey is going to be flicked as soon as they've got the numbers or get someone else on the Team Alpha. And I really do feel like it'll be a boy because this team, they just seem to like the boys' club. That's how I'm reading it. And
sorry, Rob, if I can say something really quickly, what we're seeing here though is, and we've seen it on camera on the episodes, Big Brother has a very big man crush on Dan. They flirt all the time. They flirt in the diary room, and also I know we're going to speak about this a little later, but Dan gets a lot of airtime. And there's a lot of love, it would appear, from the production team to Dan. And I think that's kind of really unfair. Reggie, if I can ask you, was there anyone in your house that you felt that maybe the production team or Big Brother was favouring more than the other housemates?
Oh, no, not at all. And again, like I only just started watching my show on the weekend, so I don't know what they've shown, but no, I don't know. I didn't really pay, I guess, that much attention. Who went into the diary room a lot?
But do you feel watching this? Do you feel watching this series though that clearly there's a lot of people, including Big Brother, who have a massive massive crush on Dan?
Yes. Oh my gosh, are we back?
Oh dear, yes. Big Brother, yes, Dan gets heaps of airtime. He gets lots of airtime, and I don't understand why. I don't get that.
Reggie, I reckon, and Heidi, you might be able to help me out with this, but I'm going to reveal something which I probably shouldn't reveal. But I think that Big Brother does help out certain people in some regard. And I remember I remember in my series that the girls would go into Big Brother and say, can we get some fake eyelashes? Can we get some makeup? Or can we get bits and pieces to, make ourselves look beautiful for the cameras? They never got any of this stuff. However, spoiler alert, my makeup was always topped up every day. So like whenever I finished my products, they were replaced. And I was like,
what?
Oh, wow. And whenever I would sometimes go, and I would go into the Big Brother diary room sometimes and they'd be like, Benjamin, have a look in the hatch. And that's my Big Brother impersonation, by the way. Anyway, and I'd go in and have a look, and I would have clear mascara, or all the things that I use every day would be there. So
what the fuck?
I kind of felt, Yeah, I think they favoured me.
Do you wear makeup every? Do you wear makeup every day?
Every day,
What is
every day,
wrong
every
with
day.
you?
I'm trans.
No.
I'm joking. That's not a joke. That's a joke. That's a bad joke. It's a bad joke for me to say. But
You
let me tell
and
you.
you wore
Yeah,
makeup
every
in the
day since I was
house when you're in
19.
the.
Every day, Reg. I would get up every day. And funny is that, you know how in Big Brother, Heidi and Reg, you'll understand this, but you kind of feel like when you wake up on day 2 that it's like being at home. So you just bum around your pajamas and you forget to put your face on. And you're like, oh, who cares?
I'm wearing
It's
mine
like a
now.
24-hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Heidi, that was your MO for the whole series, was you wandering around in basically what you'd wear at 5 o'clock every day. Anyway, but this is the thing, though. I just want to say that for me, 2 weeks into the show, Big Brother did have a conversation with me and he said, Benjamin, why are you not wearing your makeup? You said you wear makeup every day. And I was like, oh, that's what I'm supposed to do. So I would re-put on my makeup, Reggie, every day to make myself look nice because, I thought that was a part of the story. And then when I came out and watched my series back, yes, I watch it every Friday night. Thanks, Rob. I'm just going to get in there first. But I just want to say that I did always look really nice because I was topping up the makeup. And also it was built into my storyline. They often talked about me putting my makeup on.
Can I ask a question?
Wow.
Can I ask a question about this idea of Big Brother playing favourites in the house in this season and talking to Dan? When they were in the house, Ben, we know you've reported that the Big Brother voice was added in post-production. Do we know who was talking to them during the show?
Well, there was 3 different people. I'm going to get in so much trouble for this. Anyway, okay, well, just
I'm
shout
only
out to
learning
the-
this.
So anyway, look, there was 3 people. There was 2 men that were doing the voice of Big Brother and a woman. So they were standing in to do those interactions with the housemates. And funnily enough, Heidi and Reggie, remember how we would build a relationship with Big Brother? These housemates have all spoken to me about this relationship that they have with a voice that was never, ever heard to them. So this Big Brother's voice has been put in post-production, but their emotional attachment to these voices of Big Brother was very much a part of their experience. And this makes me remind people that the Big Brother experience is always the same. And I can tell you, we called the daytime Big Brother statesman, the evening Big Brother, he was not entrepreneurial Big Brother, he was apprentice Big Brother. And then the voice Leon Murray, who was the voice that you heard on live shows, he was Big Brother. However, let me just tell you, I made a really nasty comment, and I want to publicly talk about this because I made a really nasty comment on a live show about somebody, and they'd shown some footage of a second house. And in that second house, they showed some footage of this gay man. And I remember being really threatened by this gay man. Anyway, Sonia Kruger cut to me, and you see me in the background say something which is really offensive. I said, I think I'm getting HIV just looking at that man. However, that comment was played on live television, and it turned out that man that I was talking about was Apprentice Big Brother's best friend. So
no.
As the show went on, Apprentice Big Brother, who I'm now really good friends with, and he's a lovely guy. He's fantastic. He's a producer. He's worked on so many shows. He's working on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills at the moment, and I've mended that relationship. But he genuinely had a problem with me. And so when he was the Big Brother voice, I used to go to bed at night times because I'd be so scared of him because he was so mean. And then the statesman Big Brother during the day would always be like, Benjamin, tell me about every thought you've ever had. And I'd be like, oh, this is the nice Big Brother. And then the scary Big Brother that you all heard on the television was a completely different relationship again. So what I want to say from a very long-winded story, as you know that I say a lot of words to say very little, is these housemates are having a really strong relationship with Big Brother, and then the voice is being put in post-script. Now, I guess that kind of is ruining a bit of the magic here, but wake up, people. It's 2020. There's no one sitting at home thinking Big Brother is a real Big Brother. Come on. We've evolved beyond that.
They absolutely are.
And then you watch the ad when they promoted. Steve Mulk said to me, he was like, when he didn't like the ad, when they debuted the ad, he was like, I really don't like this ad. It's really bothered me that Sonia goes up and says, Big Brother, what game are you playing? And Mulk raised a really good point. He was like, what person in Australia still believes that Big Brother is this all-commanding voice? We understand that it's a reality television show. It's 2020. I don't know. How
I
do
think
you
Mark
guys
was,
feel about that?
I think Mark was just talking up his bum on that. Nobody cares. It's a promo, you know. But what the point I was trying to get to about 20 minutes ago.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. Reggie had a nap.
You talked about favouritism and how they like Dan. And the reason I asked that was because Amelia Frisk is the executive producer of Big Brother. So was she doing the voice and having this flirt with Dan, perhaps?
No, she was not. She was not the voice of Big Brother ever. Amelia Fisk was never Big Brother. So you can put that out of your mind. There was a woman doing a part of that, but... No, and look, I've had a conversation with Amelia offline, and I genuinely believe her. I've spoken to a lot of people on a lot of the shows that she's worked on, Survivor, and I think that she's genuinely like a really good parent, and that is that she loves all of her children equally. I think that she's been very fair, and I think she's interacted with all the housemates and loves them and supports them all. So, you know...
How do you know all this goss? How do you get all this goss, Ben? Is it on your WhatsApp? Is it on your Facebook? Where are you getting all this goss?
No, you can't ask him where he's getting sources from. You know, but anyway.
I get a lot of good content, and that is because, as Tully will tell you, I'm a living, breathing stalker of Big Brother. He needs a restraining order on me. Peter Ford actually said to me, it was like, Ben, you've got a lot on your plate. You do Ticket Jumpstart in the morning. You do an afternoon show with the Ben Robbo show. He goes, don't ever consider Eye on Big Brother work, because we all know you'd be sitting at home talking to yourself about the show. So you might as well make something out of it.
All right. Talking about Dan and his favouritism, Big Brother's favouritism towards him, is usually energetic and scheming, but he was feeling a bit blue tonight as he missed someone special on the outside.
But I'll miss my girlfriend. When I get out of here, I can go back in her arms and tell her how much I love her.
What does Anna mean to you?
Oh. She is the greatest thing that's ever happened to me.
Vote for me, Australia. I'm a man who's not afraid to cry and loves his girlfriend. But in a rare moment of humanity, Big Brother gave Dan the ultimate gift. Have a look.
Big Brother has heard you talk about Anna. Now, Daniel, Anna would like to deliver a message for you. Please head to the lounge room.
Dan! Dan!
Oh, mate. Hey!
I've missed you so much.
I miss you too.
Do you still love me?
Yeah!
No doubt, it was a nice
off.
moment. But I've got to say, I've got a huge issue with this. Doesn't this go against everything Big Brother is supposed to be about? You know, I'll come to you, Reggie. You had no contact with the outside world except for maybe a message near the end of the run. No one else got this. Doesn't this seem to be a little bit fucked?
It's favouritism. It is.
Yeah, I'm having a drink on that one. I had no other word for it.
Yeah, like, and I said, you know, like, it is favouritism, unless Big Brother does it to everyone, gives them all a message. I was thinking the other night, actually, with that screen, Big Brother should use that screen more often. I would have pictures of food, their families, just to mess with their head.
That's a good idea. That's a great idea.
Oh, they're going to use that next season, don't you worry. But Heidi, it's interesting.
Doing it.
Heidi, it's interesting. You talked about the mental toll it was taking on you. If you were getting a message like that, that might have snapped you out of it. This guy...
Oh, my God.
This guy was struggling, and they've helped him to get back. You know, like if someone lost it, like if he started having a full breakdown, the people might have turned on him and voted him out. Doing this changes the game, doesn't it?
Oh my God, 100%. And in my season, look, I don't like to delve too much back into it because I'm like, that was 7 years ago. It sounds like I'm still hung up on it. But Ben from
we have
our
brought
season,
you here for a reason, though, Heidi. You're allowed to talk about it. This is a Big Brother video cast and podcast.
I get scared
it's
of the
okay.
haters. I get scared of the haters. I'll get all anxious again. Quick, have another drink. No, it's finished. No, well, Ben on our season, they favoured him like no tomorrow, and they would get him to do things and he would get stuff. And I remember sitting there thinking, well, that's fucked. Like, what about me? Bring my boyfriend, get a message from him. But nah, I got nothing.
Yeah, I think that's a fair point. Ben, I'll just, as a former housemate, I just want your quick take on this. Is this acceptable from the production team or not?
Absolutely. I cried like a bitch. I watched this and I loved it.
Yeah.
And you know what, Rob McKnight, I want to take you to task on something. You can't be, like Evolve Gone with the Wind to 2020 and then comment on the fact that the original version was black and white. We're telling a Big Brother in 2020. Big Brother, when it started, and it was that version, was 2001. We're evolving. This is what happens.
Oh.
I haven't had a problem with that, but I believe in fairness and justice, Ben, and I'll stand up for it wherever I see it. And tonight, this was not fair. It was not just. One man got a benefit that no one else in that house got, and I don't think it's right. And Judge Rob is handing down his verdict.
Like my grandfather. You sound like my grandfather. Oh, when I watched Big Brother back in the day, it was black and white.
Nothing to do with back in the day.
To make their food out of
Dan
porridge.
got an unfair advantage, pure and simple, and I won't have it. I won't have it. He's getting so much favouritism in this house. It's not funny. And you know what I despair
Can't stand him.
It's going to come down to Matt and Dan and someone else for the 250,000. I don't care who it is.
No.
I will vote for whoever is number 3 because I don't want Dan to win and I don't want Matt to win. To them, no, I'm not into it.
It's boring if they win. It's boring.
Absolutely.
Andrew should not have gone.
Don't worry,
home.
Heidi.
But
He
this
doesn't
is-
know.
Oh,
He doesn't know.
this is
so
the
don't worry about
problem,
it.
though.
No, I
This is what
don't know.
annoys me.
I'm saying that as someone who doesn't know who's in the final 3. So
If Angela can be chucked out, if Angela was chucked out and she was basically the biggest personality of the house, don't think that Daniel's safe. Like, Daniel could be, they could all, like, at the end of the day, they kind of remind me of, like, hordes in, like, the life of Brian. They're going to, like, stone him all of a sudden for no reason. They'll be like, oh, did you see he didn't flush the reverse kanga or whatever the hell they were talking about last night? Get him. And, something will happen.
all right,
and he'll get chucked off.
we've taken a very strange path here. You know what I think? I think we need to take a quick break. So on the other side of this break,
Oh, God.
thank you. On the other side of this break, we're going to reach the home stretch as we talk nominations and eviction and get some fascinating insights. We're a little over time. We should be finishing right about now, but we're not. This is the Iron Big Brother podcast and videocast. You never know how far we'll go or how long we'll go. We'll be right back.
Rob and Robbo.
Streaming across the globe, Ben Norris, Rob McKnight, and David Robinson.
Rob and Robbo. News, reviews, entertainment news. It's a Ben, Rob and Robbo. Ben, Rob and Robbo show. Ben, Rob and Robbo show.
The Ben, Rob and Robbo Show, Monday to Thursday at 1 p.m, right here on Ticker TV.
Yes, make sure you catch the Ben, Rob and Robbo Show, 1 o'clock on Ticker TV or at facebook.com/BRR Show. Now, with Kieran possibly going against the boys, the stakes were higher than ever. In tonight's nomination challenge in pairs, the housemates had to build a long and complex domino chain. The first teams to successfully create a chain that knocks down all the dominoes won the opportunity to nominate, although tonight, in a Big Brother twist, they could only nominate 2 housemates instead of 3. In the end, it was Dan and Xavier who came out on top. Housemates speculated where their nominations would land, given the drama with Casey earlier, but they had a plan A and they stuck to it.
We'd like to nominate Hannah. It's a bit of a strategic move. She's got an alliance with Marissa, Sophie, Chad and Sarah. If she was to win today, her obvious ones would have been us.
Yeah. She's coming for the boys, so get her before she gets us.
We'd also like to nominate Sophie. She nominated Casey last time, and she was a huge threat.
She was a former professional athlete. She's shown that she's strong in challenges. She's a threat.
The word bullshit comes to mind. As it turns out, the boys still did have Casey's back, even nominating someone in a vengeance. Reggie, what do you make of this? I feel like they're just talking complete BS, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Like, look at her. She can do a backflip in the splits, and they're going, she's a threat. Like, give me strength.
And has she won a challenge yet? Has Sophie won a challenge? Maybe one, maybe not.
I think. Oh gosh, did she? I think she might have won one.
She did win one, didn't she?
She won.
She did win one.
Yes,
Yeah,
she did.
yeah,
she won
did.
against Angela.
Yeah.
That's right, very recently. You know what? Well,
No, she didn't.
Yeah.
Did she?
Yes, she
I
did.
thought that she came off the pole and Angela and
no,
her
that
had
was
that
early
alliance
on.
and they
That was early on, but just recently. And welcome. We are the experts on Big Brother. We're across every detail, everybody.
we know everything.
I forgot her.
Not everyone was happy with those names, particularly Sophie, who was nervous, as you can imagine, about being up for eviction for the first time.
Our numbers are Hannah. The talk's been united that she's coming for the boys.
Yeah,
And
I
know-
wouldn't come for you guys,
No,
so you
I
know that, yeah. I don't know who to believe. The only person I trust is Chad. I could be being lied to. Who knows what's happening behind my back? God, I
Yeah.
feel sick.
Promise you'll be fine.
yeah,
There's no
just-
surprises
yeah,
coming, I promise.
just like last
Okay,
time.
I don't want to be blindsided.
Oh.
And whilst the boys could have put Casey on the chopping block tonight, they protected her. However, this didn't mean Casey was going to be on their side.
I think Soap's more dangerous.
But I mean, I feel like I'm telling you what to do, but you're a grown woman. You can do what you want, really.
After me trying to stand up for myself this morning, being pulled aside by the boys and having a vote shoved down my throat, it's just such a kick to the teeth. It feels like a dictatorship.
At this point, you should just be thankful that it's not yourself these days, hey?
No.
Oh, no, you didn't. And just to clarify, I've just had a memory flash in my head, courtesy of Abby, that Sophie did win a challenge and she nominated Casey. That's why they're voting for her in the nominations this time, yeah? So now we're back up
Got
to
it.
speed. Robbo, they're really putting, the boys are really putting Casey in her place here, aren't they?
They are, but anyone else in the household needs to understand that the boys are not to be trusted. So if they can't see that from now, from what they've, the nominations that they've done and things like that, they are not to be trusted. What you need to do is get out Dan and get out the other one. I can't remember names.
Ellen.
Sorry, Dan's the only one. No, sorry. It's just
Ellen.
Dan's the only one that I've been
Xavier.
told about.
Ellen.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. Ellen, yeah, and Dan. I'd be really disappointed if Dan wins this because he's
me
been
too.
forced down our throats. And look, in another world, I wouldn't mind that. But in this world, I do mind it.
Oh, that's a dream. Double entendre.
But I genuinely, sorry, Rob, to your question, I genuinely don't think that Dan deserves to win. I don't think
Although,
Ellen
on the
deserves
flip
to
side,
win.
Robbo, on the flip side, he has controlled this game, or at least that's how it's felt to us. So
he's not a character to me. I'd rather, so far, all I've seen as a character in that house is Kieran. I would like to see Kieran win because he is an actual character. Dan,
I agree.
oh my God. What's sorry, if I can just get up my, I don't know my dictionary here, but if I could get crocodile tears. Housemate Dan, 2020 Big Brother, crocodile tears. That's the
I
definition.
wonder how many takes he did of that. Did they get the teardrops out so he could? Oh, Dan, there's not enough tears. Get the teardrops. Big Brother, I just miss it so much. Oh, I need more tears.
and
More
also,
tears.
weirdly,
It was genuine, you sad, crazy
the
people.
fact. No, we've got to acknowledge the fact that Kate,
Look, Robbo, can I just
gotta
quickly say, by the
acknowledge
way, you are looking very attractive this evening.
I just
It's a very lovely
I'm just going to say
blouse.
to you,
Come on.
I'm just going to say
you
to
look
you, I
stunning.
think that it was, I think it was, the point we've missed is that Kate Middleton is his partner. If we take a look, I assume we can't do that right now, but it looks like
Hang
Kate
on, Amanda's
Middleton.
searching for the clip. Can you?
Yeah, it
way
looks
up
like
the
Kate
page.
Dig it up.
Middleton. So if you look,
Dig it up,
if you
case
look,
in
no,
point.
it does. Don't you think it looks like Kate Middleton, who loves? So obviously we've hired an actor.
You know
there.
what? They can go back and look on this tape, but we need to plough on.
Reggie.
We're way over time.
No, but Reggie, can I ask Reggie a quick question?
No, I love that.
I reckon
say
she
we're
might
over
be.
time, so Ben says, no, I'm going to ask a question.
It feels like a
Off you go, Ben.
segue. It feels like a segue. When you tell me to pull it together, I pull it apart. Look, I'm literally the worst child that anyone ever had. Ask my mother. But Reggie, I want to know. I thought it was genuine. I actually had real emotion. Was it? Did you think it was genuine, or do you reckon that he was, bunging it on?
No, mate, she's a fucking... He's bullshit. I don't believe a thing he's saying. You're just full of shit,
The mouth's
Ben.
not moving. The mouth's not moving.
Sorry, I will be honest. Reggie has frozen, and Amanda said to me, Reggie's frozen, and I said, take the shot anyway. I'm going to do a voice.
Is Reggie there?
No,
Reg.
she's dropped out. Oh, we can hear you, Reg.
Reggie,
What
go.
will I do?
You just restart, pop off and pop on.
You
I'll
look
throw to
great,
the
by
next
the way, babe.
clip.
Never better.
Go off and come back.
Do I just log totally out?
Yeah, log out, Tal, and come back. All right.
God bless her. God bless her. She's amazing.
Can I just say, I don't know if that worked or not, but I was so pleased with myself on that.
Are you having
very
hot
good.
flushes there, Rob McKnight? Are you
Sorry?
Over
having
himself.
metaphors there where you're having the hot flushes?
He is.
I am
Ask
having the
Amanda.
hot flushes.
Amanda.
Going through the chain.
Amanda, does he often have hot flushes? Can we go wide? Can we go wide and get Amanda? Amanda, can I just quickly ask? Does
I love
Rob
Amanda, I
McKnight
love it.
often get hot and flustered over himself?
I'm not mic'd up.
That's a yes. That's a yes. Looking amazing. I love you, Renee Zellweger. I want to be on you.
We have a big mirror so I can just look at myself, you know.
Alrighty. I'm sorry.
Anyway, well, having no third option for a swing vote housemate tonight, this eviction was ought to be more telling than ever. Neither Hannah nor Sophie. Sorry, I will be honest here. I looked at the word ought. I looked at the word ought and went, is that right? Or was it sought or bought? But anyway, NC. Well, having no third option for a swing vote housemate tonight, this eviction ought to be more telling than ever. Neither Hannah nor Sophie have been a huge targets in the past, but with Sophie having a close ally and partner in Chad, there seemed to be a lot of power in a couple.
Reggie is back, by the way.
Would you protect her until the end, Chad?
Yeah, of course I will.
Yeah, and Sophie? Would you protect Chad?
Of course I would, of course. I've always got his back.
What about you, Xavier? Do you think a strong two can be unbreakable?
I don't know. But these guys are giving it a good shot. Like, you know that if you mess with Chad, you're messing with Sophie. And you know if you mess with Sophie, you're messing with Chad.
Vote Sophie out and I'll get yous out.
Sophie, do you reckon it's a smart game plan to basically find...
Who's
I
Sophie?
think
Which
he's
one's
Sophie.
Who's Sophie? Do we need name tags, buddy? How much white
I'll
wine have
take
you had?
Sophie.
Do you know what the worst? No. Do you know what the worst thing about this is? Amanda's there saying you're hosting a show. Stop drinking, and she's going to put this down to the alcohol. It's just my stupidity.
No, it's the booze. The booze.
But Heidi,
Yeah.
Heidi.
Yes.
Hello, Heidi. Nice to meet you.
Hi.
Do you believe? If you were
He does
going
this
into the
every
house,
episode.
isn't the
Every
smart
episode.
thing to try and get hooked, attached to someone so that you've got a partner with the thrill of a bit of sexual activity? They're going to keep you in because, you know.
Oh my God, it's very smart. But can we just all take a minute to go back and look at how tough Chad was? I'll vote you out.
I vote you all out. And then he took his shirt off because every time Chad says something, he takes his shirt off. Seriously, on our last episode, we're going to do a montage of Chad taking his shirt off because seriously, he picks up a phone. Oh, shirt off. It's if you've ever seen The Good Place, it's like that. If you haven't seen The Good Place, this won't make any sense.
seen it.
But there's that demon who comes in when they reset and he just takes his shirt off all the time. A very very
we watch the
obscure
same
reference
episodes
for
of
a
Doctor
very
Who.
not
Yeah.
very successful show.
Have they
Anyway.
moved the Big Brother house from Dreamworld to closer to the sun? I can't work out what's going on. None of the boys ever wear any clothes. Like, it's so weird. They'll be like, and now for a shot of the boys in the backyard, it's nighttime, no clothes. Daytime, no clothes.
Yeah.
A little bit of daytime, nighttime, no clothes. What the hell is going on? I mean, I'm here for it, and my body will never look like those boys. So, word to your mother. I'm very jealous. But I just can't understand. Can I just sew some clothes? I feel like I want to make some clothes for them to wear. Like, put a top on. Just once.
I don't think that's going to happen with Chad. Seriously, if you ask Chad the time, he will take his shirt off so that he can look at his watch. Anyway, let's see.
I've got a quick question.
Yes,
Can I
Heidi?
just ask a quick question? Sorry. Is Sonia real then? If the Big Brothers aren't real, is Sonia really there, or has she been implanted in there after as well?
You have actually just picked up on something. Sonia recorded all these imagery, and they actually, it's like the Avatar technology. There's someone in a suit like Andy Serkis who does Gollum. They just do Sonia. She's all computer generated now. So she's, it's a true story.
Oh, you're
She's
not
there
drinking.
for
You're on
any
the hard
record.
stuff.
They literally move her mouth and dub her in later.
Oh my God.
True story.
No, can I? I'm friends with Sonia. She's not appreciating that. I'm going to speak for her. Never speak for anyone, but I'm going to speak for Sonia Kruger right now. I have her email address. She's not really my friend. But I will say, I think
Sonia
Sonia's
has
doing
the
a great
best sense of
job.
humour on the planet. She would see the funny side of that. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Sonia would love that.
Robbo told me about theatre. Like, what's it called? TV theatre. You're always like, I thought that was a bit of TV theatre to say that. Is it not?
No, what that
you're
was I'm friends with Sonia Kruger. That was what that was, Ben.
Yeah.
I'm going to own it. I'm going to Lisa Rinna own it. Sonia Kruger is my friend.
Yes.
Well, lovely. All right, let's see how the votes turned out.
With one vote, Sophie. Which means, Hannah, you received 5 votes and sadly have been evicted from the Big Brother house.
Okay, I love you. And you know what? It's wrong.
Well, Marissa is furious because it meant that everyone else, even Kieran, voted for Hannah. Robbo, do you think we'll see Marissa on a bit of a warpath next week? I mean, I don't know.
I really think so. So Marissa is this really strong female, which we like to see in these kind of shows. You know, I want to see Marissa take down this Minas Tirith, Lord of the Rings reference there, of males who have made their kind of role in the house. We've got some crocodile tears. We've got some blah blah blah. No, I you know what? Weirdly, after tonight's episode, I'm going for Marissa because Marissa is, you know, she's old enough. I'm not saying she's older, but I think that she can break things.
There. 3
You're
points.
I'm not with you
sorry,
either.
Sorry, wait. Sorry, I believe that Robbo had the talking stick. Where is it?
Oh, okay. Hang on. Here we go.
Robbo's got the talking stick.
A small bottle of wine.
It's your turn to talk, mate.
It's not
your
small. Turn. It's just normal.
It's a nice size.
Tiny.
It's a really nice size. Alrighty, wake up to yourself.
Make your point, Robbo. We've got to go.
I just think that this is the right kind of person, strong enough, understands what's happening, and needs to break down this gross kind of masculine pyramid that they're doing, and they will stab each other in the back. I'm changing to Marissa. I didn't love Marissa in the beginning.
Okay, you've got me too now.
But
you sold it to me. God, tell me a Bible next.
I want to ask a question to Reggie and Heidi. Reggie, you first. All right. You were never about strategy, right? That wasn't your thing when you were in the house. Let's put you right in the house at this point in the game. So the alphas are taking over. They're basically eliminating everyone. What do you do to get control of the game? Because otherwise you're out next week.
I'd go in and ask Big Brother for laxatives and spike their drinks and go to the toilet, give them all the shit. That's what I'd do.
That's the kind of gameplay that we're
Reggie?
missing. We're missing that kind of gameplay from Reggie. Yes, we're missing that kind of gameplay from Reggie. I think that is spot on. Well done. Get Reggie in the house right now. She'll clean that house right now.
Yeah.
So, Heidi, good luck following that. But what would you
I was gonna
do?
say, I can't follow that. Cheers, Reggie. Good answer.
Yeah, I agree. Well, you know what? That does bring us to the end of Eye on Big Brother. Can I just say, Heidi, you have been absolutely fantastic tonight. Thank you for being with us all the way from WA.
Thank you. All class.
You're beautiful woman. Thank you.
Woo. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Heidi. Thank you.
And Reggie, we love you as always. Look forward to seeing you on Sunday night when we do another episode of
Reggie.
Eye on Big Brother.
Thank you, Reggie. You beautiful one.
And Robbo and Ben, good luck with the hangovers. We took a drink every time someone swore, or did a double entendre, or so many other things. So we're all going to have
Entendre?
hangovers tomorrow.
I think someone needs to have a cold shower. Entendre.
What's wrong with entendre? That's a word.
Entendre?
It's entendre.
Entendre.
Yeah.
Thank you, Heidi. Thank you, Heidi. Yeah.
Yay!
Thank you, Heidi. Dab. Heidi, give me a dab. Heidi, dab.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Double
Everybody
entendre. Entendre. Je ne sais quoi. We'll see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock for the Ben, Rob and Robbo show, and we'll see you on Sunday at 9:30 for the next episode of Eye on Big Brother. Thanks, everyone. See you then.
Thanks for having me.
It's the Ben, Rob and Robbo, Ben, Rob and Robbo show. Ben, Rob and Robbo show.